Another great Week 1 game, a rivalry that is usually more heavily featured on primetime, but one team hasn't quite been holding up their end of the bargain. Cowboys, Giants, and we're going to talk a little bit how they might be closer than the records would indicate. Certainly the market buying none of that. The Cowboys are a 7-point favorite at home, minus 115 even.
Yeah, I mean, bettors like the Dallas Cowboys right now at minus 115, you have to lay $115 just to win 100. And that includes the fact that if you only win by 7, you get a push, right? So, you know, New York Giants here from a value perspective, you only have to lay 105 to win 100, and if you lose by a touchdown, you get the push.
Which is kind of crazy to think about. So what we're saying is, if you want to take the Cowboys, take them now, because this is only moving further out towards Dallas. There's obviously some, I don't know what the Giants are going to do at quarterback, and there's a lot of good publicity for the Cowboys because they're signing all of these stars. So if you're going to take the Cowboys, take them now. It's probably only moving out to 7.5, maybe even 8 by the time the regular season starts. All right, we're splitting them up. I'm arguing for the Cowboys, and this is an easy argument to make. A couple of reasons. First, Daniel Jones, Eli Manning, one of them's going to start. I don't really care which one it is because they're going to be missing Odell Beckham Jr., and without Odell Beckham Jr., they were an absolute train wreck. Over the last 4 seasons, without Odell on the field, they are the worst NFL offense using expected points added per play, the best measure of per play efficiency, and it wasn't even close. They were 12th if you put Odell Beckham Jr. on the field. That is a huge gap. He's not going to be there. They don't really have a great replacement for him. Plus, the Cowboys have Byron Jones, the 6th most valuable cornerback in the NFL last season. So it's going to come down, as it did last year, to let's toss to Saquon behind the line of scrimmage and pray that he makes magic happen. But the Cowboys are well equipped for that. Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Smith, the only 2 linebackers in the NFL to both rank in the top 12 in PFF grade. So the one advantage that the Giants might normally have, I don't think is actually the case in this game. You want to take the boys, you got to take them now.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys defense had 4 players in the top 6 in their position in terms of WAR, including both of those linebackers. But again, a lot of what they did last season was sort of smoke and mirrors. Defense is something that regresses to the mean. We saw that even happen to them near the end of the season. And winning close games is not something that's sustainable. The Cowboys were 10-6 last year, but they were only 1-3 in games that were decided by more than a score. They were 9-3 in games decided by less than a score. If you just give them even a 500 record on those games, they're a 7-9 team. Conversely, the Giants were very poor in close games. If you just gave them a 500 record on those close games, they're back to 7-9. And not to say that these two teams are basically the same.
That's what you're saying.
I'm just saying that a touchdown is a lot of points to lay if you're going to back the Cowboys. Obviously, we like the Cowboys to win this game, but a touchdown is probably too much. It's probably more like 6, in which case you have a ton of value, taking the 7 points.
Yeah, and that's what our early look-ahead line from the model says is more of a 6-point game than a 7-point game, and it's probably only moving out to 7.5 and 8. But that's the whole reason why you want to follow along with us. Head to PFF.com, get yourself a Greenline subscription, because we're actually pretty darn close to the NFL season.